have opened up Dreamweaver as well. And you can open up your last project, okay? Your last project should be etymology or whatever the case may be. Okay, it should show up right here. Okay, it should show up right here, selected. If you scroll down here, you should have all the websites that we've done from Practice 1 to NHV. All right, so right now you should have, and this is only if we're managing the sites, okay? You don't really need this, but it's good to have. And also what I'd like you to do is open up in Classroom, okay? So open up this WD panels, okay? So today we're gonna learn a little bit about the panel structure. Okay, so Miss Sonia, I officially entered you into Skills USA. All right, so that's a pretty good thing. All right, so now if you see 2 extra slides, keep that there, please. Keep that there, okay? We're going to start with number 4, 5, 6, all the way down to 12. Now what I'd like you to do, okay, listen up, please. It's called moving seats. It's called Workspace, I believe. Okay, so it's called Unit 3, Dreamweaver Workspace. Okay. Alrighty. So the first thing is that we're gonna go. If you look at all the, so everybody here, everybody got their. Anybody not have Google Classroom ready? So I'm about to start. Okay, so go ahead. I'll give you starting up. Okay, so I'll stop. I'll pause. The reason why I didn't do this right off the bat was because sometimes, like I said, I want you to experience it, kind of like play with it. That's how I learned. I never really got formal instruction by anybody, so I just kind of played with Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver was 10 times less complicated than it is right now. I don't know what they did to it. I don't like what they did to it, but whatever. They did what they did. And so at any rate, sometimes it's best to kind of go through the process rather than just kind of explaining it and then go through it, you know. So I kind of try to teach my class in reverse. I want you to experience it and then you'll learn, okay? So Workspace is right here, and if you open it up, the first 2 slides should be blank. And there's a reason for it, okay? So just keep it blank, please. All right, so slides 1, first of all, put your name, and then you'll take the notes based on my notes, okay? So instead of listening to videos, I'm starting to lecture a little bit more. All right, and then we've got these slides here, and we've got 2 slides here. All right, so the first thing is what I'm going to ask you to do is make sure split view, okay? Split view. Please, everybody, if you open up Dreamweaver and you have etymology selected, make sure the split view is selected. What I'd like for you to do is take a screenshot of this right now and then paste it onto that slide. Alrighty, so Command-Shift-4, and what I'd like to do is see this, okay? Alright, so what you're going to do now is you're going to go ahead and insert image, upload. It's going to be in your desktop, hopefully. Okay, there it is right there, and that is the split view right there, okay? And let's shrink it so we can write some notes on it. Okay. So is this really split view? Well, first of all, what is split view? Okay, in your own definition, okay, in your own definition, I can tell you what it is, but please click on the text tool, and what I like you to do is, based on your experience, what is split view? What is split view? Okay, so your own definition. I'm not going to tell you what it is, okay? You're welcome to go into Google and look at it. However, that is not going to help you. So in your own terms, in your own, what is split view? Please don't collaborate. Okay? Do not collaborate. In your own words. Okay, it is now 10:32. I'll give you till 10:35. In your own words, what is split view? Somebody left a fidget spinner. Huh? Oh, is this for me? Oh, thank you. Actually, I like this better. Fidget spinners are so cool. Of course, this is the toys of ADD people. Just because I don't pay attention to what my wife says. Oh, damn, I'm recording this too. Okay, so split view is this. Remember, in the split view, you see both this top part, by the way, just to help you out, is called the visual editor. The visual editor is the top part where you can actually type in and you can see what you see. The bottom part is the code editor. So visual editor, code editor. So if even you go here, like view, and you go to split, you'll notice that you can do code or design. I guess they call it design editor. Code or design, code or light, code or code. You can even split this vertically. So if I clicked here, look at that. The code appears here, and the visual appears over here to the left. All right, I can go back, and I can go to split view, and then I can go split horizontally. Okay, there we go. And then view again. So you can just kind of play with it. Design view should always be on top. And live view, unless I tell you otherwise, you should always be on design. So in your own words, what is split view? Okay, you're basically splitting. So again, to help you out, okay, you may want to say something like the split view separates the visual versus the code, or the design mode versus the code mode. So you're going to use both. It tells you also that Dreamweaver uses both modes to help design a website. Okay, remember sometimes we put in the Align tab. Okay, so because in the real world of Dreamweaver, Dreamweaver doesn't have that tag for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we have to add in code. So you might learn a little bit of code at the end of, it's just kind of understand where it's at. All right, the next one. So it is now, well, it's 10:34, so I'll give you another minute to make sure you write this down. You are going to submit this today. So is this like an exam? Well, it's not really an exam, but it kind of is. All right, Mr. Carlos, you're good? All right. Aaron, you're good? Mariana, good? All right, so the next view is going to be called the code view. What is the code view? How do you get just the code view? Let's get that challenge. So if you look up here, okay, somehow, some way, you're going to get just the code view. Okay, so, somehow, some way, if I was to turn this off and go to view code, or rather, I just kind of told you. Okay, so if I saw just this, how do I get there? And then what is the code view? What does it allow you to edit? Okay, what is it to? Give your own definition. Okay, you guys are smart enough to figure this out. So code view, take a screenshot of that code, okay, and then go ahead and enter it into here. And on the right side, just like you did with split view, what is the code view? Okay, what is the code view? What does it allow you to do? What does it allow you to edit? Okay. And this, by the way, will be recorded. Okay. So the code view is pretty easy to define what programming language. I'll be looking for the programming language. Okay, so is it PHP, is it HTML, is it JavaScript, or is it all three? All right, so I'm going to be looking for those terms. Okay, so I said code view. Now live view, what does a live view do? Okay, so everybody go over here. You notice the live view. Okay, so right now you don't see live view. Put it in live view. What does that mean? Okay, what does that do for you? What does a live view do? Okay, I personally never use live view. Okay, I always go to the browser. Live view. kind of impact. Yes, sir. Oh, that's a good thing. Good. Good guess, Owen. Of course you do. All right. So advanced team, advanced graphics team, today we're going to learn how to write that script. It's going to be very simple. And then you'll be filming next week. Of course, tomorrow I would suggest printing out the permission slip. Permission slip. Yep, so we can film. Oh. Especially what Paul and company over there is doing. Okay. So with that being said, next one, okay, is called the design view. Now that is crazy. So I just want the design view. And by the way, if you're in split view, you can just, like I said, you can push this down. That could be the design view, okay, or somehow, some way you can find where it just allows you to have design view. Go ahead and do that. And what is the design view, okay? Does anybody know what WYSIWYG stand for? Let me write it down. Okay? Does anybody know what this word means? Hold on, let me just write it. Let me make sure I got it right, first of all. WSIWYG. What does that mean? And I'm going to look for that as an answer in the slide. Okay, Mr. Jonathan, I'm sure he knows. He took this class before, but I'm going to let him go ahead and say it. What does it mean? What you see is what you get. So in essence, what you have over there, Dreamweaver, is called a WYSIWYG editor. So what you see is what you get. So that's a testament of Jonathan's paying attention at the. By the way, next class is 168. It's already been designed. So you get 10 units for this class. You get 10 units for next class. That should help out a lot, you know. So both here and Citrus, so your college career started early. You don't have to do the craziness that that Citrus forces you to go through. So it'll be like single class, and that we're gonna work in WordPress, and you'll be amazed how much more simpler that is. But after this, we're gonna go into more social media and search engine optimizations. All right, so WYSIWYG, I'm gonna be looking for this. Okay, so Mr. Jonathan enlightened us with his description. All right, and so with that being said, let's go to the next one. Okay. Files. Now, let me explain. Files. Okay. In your mind, here it is. Here's the Files panel. Okay, just like in Photoshop, okay, you've got panels. Okay, for those of you taking Photoshop with me now or have taken in the past, we have panels. Okay, what are the two panels in Photoshop that we use the most? You got it, my boy. You got it. He's absolutely right. Okay, give kudos to the man over there, over at the corner. So, history and layer. So here we got three. Okay, files, insert, and CSS designer. What is files? Okay, how is it related to the managing sites? Okay, so in other words, basically files just is a panel that allows you to give you easy access to all the files. I said it once, and I'll let you decide what you think is the best description. Okay, sometimes that's how you learn. Okay. And to think, you guys were all freshmen once. Crazy. Yep, I remember when you guys came in as a freshman. A lot of you. You guys were great kids back then. I mean, and you're still great kids now, but I think the pandemic kind of hurt you. in so many ways, which is kind of unfortunate. But some of you are hurt. Others, it didn't scathe you at all. You're just kind of like, okay, here we are. All right. Okay, so what is the files to you? Okay, remember, here's the files panel. Of course, remember the manage sites function where we manage a site and all the stuff appears here. So here's robotics. So if I went back to NHV, if I went back to this files, look what happens now. It shifts. Okay, does not. It doesn't exist. So I removed it. Okay, so if I went back to practice one, notice the practice one files appear. If I go back to robotics, so basically it allows you to interchange between sites. So what does it mean to you? Okay, I'll be looking for some answers. Sonia, where's the book? You know, for your head. No? She doesn't want to do it anymore? Okay. I'll double challenge you. Put a computer on there. Or better yet, put a Chromebook or an iPad. All right. Crazy. So that's the files panel. Now this one is different, the CSS designer. And we didn't discuss this. Okay, the CSS designer, if you click on this, you got some weird stuff here. So CSS, if you want to write this down, stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and I'll write this down for you. So first of all, make a screenshot of this, just like you'll make a screenshot of the files panel, screenshot of CSS. I just need this part right here. So cascading style sheets, if we were to look it up, it basically allows you to kind of better control a website look and feel, okay? So if I was to type in cascading style sheets, let me type in what is CSS. Okay, assessing group styles. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is, you may want to, like I said, so here it is right here. And by the way, W3 schools, for those of you going to go into coding, this is the Bible of this website. Okay, so basically it describes how HTML elements are displayed on screen, paper, and media. Okay, so at any rate, you'll see some of these codes here. See, so in other words, if you use the HTML code body, well, what kind of body? Light blue body. What if you used an H1 tag, which is a form of text? Well, what color do you want that to be? All white and aligned to the center. If you want to use a paragraph, what's going to be inside that paragraph? The font Verdana, size 20. So CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It's right here. Right here stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Okay? And basically, that's how HTML elements are displayed. In other words, how your website, it gives you more control over your website. So in other words, we don't have to use tables because even with tables, we're restricted. Okay? So with cascading style sheets, we can specify exactly where we want something to end up. It's not the easiest thing in the world, and the course will get much more challenging because of that, but I'll try to make it as easy as possible for you. Yes, sir.
So like cascading style sheets would be like when you press enter, it pops the new line, and it tells you that, and that's what it says when it makes the new line, like the TR.
In a way, yes. Basically, a cascading style. So instead of a regular submit button, you can design it. You can have your own submit button with different colors. So instead of, okay, me creating a table where, you know, your first page, you had an image here, and then you had a text here. With cascading style sheets, you don't need tables. You can just you can code it so that the image appears there. You don't even need constraining tables. That's the beauty of cascading style sheet. It just does everything for you. Okay, you don't have to have, like, some tables are curved. Okay, you can have curved tables. Again, you'll learn a lot, and most of you probably never use tables again. Although some might. It's all up to you. So we're already going to plan on a personal website, okay, a website, about a 5-page website, whatever you want to create it on. Okay, it could be about drone flying, it could be about, um, well, anything, cooking, singing, music. It could be about fashion, it could be about a celebrity, okay, it could be about, but anything but another teacher or student. Unless they give me written permission by email that you have the permission to create a website for them, and it can't be insulting, it can't be anything bad. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on it. All right, so that's what a cascading style sheet does. And so again, you should have taken a screenshot of this right here. And the other one is called insert. Insert is very simple. Click on insert, take a screenshot of it. Basically, these are all the codes. These are all HTML codes. So let's just go ahead and wait. And so if you haven't, like in this case right here, I didn't put any images here. So let me show you really quickly. So if I was to click on images, if I was to click on insert and I click on images, whoops, okay, what's going to happen now is it's going to go right away to the images without having me go to insert image, blah, blah, blah. I can click on an image. I can go ahead and click on, let's see, well, let's do the Instagram thingy. And I click open. So now it's over here. Okay, of course, it just basically allows me to, it just keeps me from going to the code, okay? So let's say I want to create a new header, okay, the word robotics. And I click on heading right here. And I click on H1. There it is. The whole thing is H1 now. Okay, so basically insert meaning insert an HTML tag. Okay, so you don't have to go to, you don't have to go to the menu here. See, insert is right here as well. Okay, insert. So all that stuff is right here as well. So it gives you two places. Just like the styles in Photoshop, you had layer and then layer style or layer new layer. Remember that? Okay, so there's different ways of accomplishing that without having to actually refer to the menu. Most developers use the insert key. Okay, so that's basically, it's kind of a shortcut to the insert menu. That's really what it is. Okay, so it is now 10:50. I'll give you till 10:53 to do this. And anything else that you missed, go back and fix up. What's that? Right, there's no putting in tables. You don't need to use tables with cascading style sheet for the insert. There's no need to learn the code. So this does it for you. So in other words, if you were to, like, say, type in here, okay, I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3, and I highlight it. Okay, I highlight it, and all I got to do now is click on unordered list right here, or order list. Okay, if I click here, okay, look what happens. Let's see. There it is. See that? Where now you've got the bullet points appearing. So in other words, all you got to do is highlight and then go ahead and select it. Alrighty? Do you guys like the new ID cards?
They messed up my picture.
They messed up my picture. I don't like it. But the Azusa one looks good.
Oh, it does?
Right here, see?
That doesn't look bad.
Nope, better colors.
The background actually looks, it actually kind of fits too.
Yeah. All right, everybody good? All right. Manage sites. Okay, so what you're gonna do is take a screenshot. You go to a panel, okay, and then you go to manage sites, and this is what I need you to screen capture. Okay, manage site. This is what I need you to screen capture, and then in your own words, tell me exactly what that is. Okay, create a text box. and explain to me, okay? It is 10:53. I'll give you till 10:56. Seniors, are you guys looking forward to the prom?
No,
No?
I don't want to spend $120.
Sure you do. It's the last prom. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I need something like a room where I could read and then I could run virtual reality machines. So it's like, so it can do pretend sword fights and all that stuff. Because that's coming, boys and girls. Virtual reality is coming. And it's not here yet because it's too expensive. But once it lowers the price, that's it. Suicide rates will go up. All right. I'm not kidding. What do I mean?
People jumping out of windows.
Should I explain what I mean? I'll tell you how. Okay. So let's say, for instance, you have a depressed kid or a kid who's kind of inward or introverted and doesn't have a lot of friends, doesn't have, very has low self-esteem. Okay. So what happens is they go into a world where they are superstars. They put on a helmet. Am I describing anybody here? Me? I was like that. I'm just saying that if you put on a helmet and you go to a world where you are a superstar, okay, and you meet people around the world, okay, you meet people around the world, because that's what's going to happen. You become an avatar. And, okay, hey, Richard, listen. Paul, listen, okay. So what I'm saying is that you become loved, you get all this greatness, just like the chat rooms now. But then your parents get irked. They say, get out of that thing. Take off the helmet, join the family. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, but it might happen in 20 years. So a lot of you will be parents. So imagine that. So you take them away from the one place that they are absolutely flying high at. What are they going to do? I'm telling you, it's already happened. Okay? Parents take their kids' phone away, they commit suicide. Parents take their thing. So I'm just saying, try to enjoy the reality of it all, the reality of this place called Earth. It's take a walk. Maybe I should have you guys take a walk now. You guys want to take a walk?
No, we're out of the classroom.
You're out of the classroom in 9 minutes?
Mr. Haig, I got new tires for my, that one truck that I sent you videos of driving around on?
Mm-hmm.
I got new wheels for it, and they needed different wheel hexes, so I had to buy the adapters. Or my dad he bought some because he got it in a big box full of all kinds of RC stuff.
But okay, hold that thought. I will talk to you, but I got to finish this. We're not done yet.
Oh, we're not?
No, we're not done yet. Okay, what is a DOM panel? Okay, so if you were to Google DOM panel, okay, basically the DOM panel, if you click on it, take a screenshot of this, okay, basically it just gives you, okay, this is sort of like the history panel, everybody. Photoshop, this is the history panel. So if you click on everything that you do, everything that you code goes to this, everything is recorded right here. So here it says you created the head element. Then you put all that stuff, okay? So it records. That's what it does. It is like the history panel in Photoshop. Okay, it records. So, and when you click on like this TR, which is a table row, it'll go to that table row. Okay? So if you were to look up online, okay, and I'm trying to finish this ASAP. Okay, I got 8 minutes. So if you look up online what DOM panel basically is, I'm okay with you. It creates an HTML tree. Just write that down. It creates a history of the by HTML tree. That's all it really does. The last one is snippets. Okay? And that just basically creates placeholders. So what you're going to do is you're going to create the snippets tool. And let's say you want to create HTML snippets right here. Create a calling, I don't know. create a navigation. Let's just do this. And you'll see, you know what, never mind, don't do that. Skip snippets, we're never going to use it. But it basically, just do the screen capture of it, and just trust me, all it does is just create placeholders. That's all it does. Okay? So just like the words lorem ipsum in Photoshop, okay, this basically holds something in place until you're ready to replace it with something more meaningful. So I'm trying to find a snippet. Oh, here, add lorem ipsum. Okay, or so what I'm going to do is click here, and notice right here it adds a paragraph right there. Okay, and you just write over that paragraph. Kind of useless, but that's what it does. Okay, all right. With a few minutes left, okay, go ahead and submit this. Finish it up. Submit it for grading. Okay, this is going to be an exam grade.